today from the site of their Sunbeam project is Marc Sale, CEO of First Class Metals. Marc, thank you for joining us.
Hi Mark, yes I am indeed out in the field. I'm on our Roy prospect up in the Sunbeam claim block.
Okay, well just set the scene for us here if you can. How big is the property? What sort of scale are we looking at here? What targets are you after?
Okay, it's a large property. It's just shy of 90 square kilometres. It contains 3 mineralised lineament structures, subparallel striking to the northeast. I'm actually standing on one of them here at Roy. So these things are 10-15 kilometres long. So cumulatively, we have close to 50 kilometres of strike to explore. So it is a true district scale prospect here with known historic development and lots of anomalous gold along those structures. And to put it in context, we are sandwiched between 2 quite large claim blocks held by Agnico Eagle, which contains similar northeast trending structures. So not only has the project got good potential, it's at a very good address too.
Okay. And as I understand, the area was originally historically mined by the old timers. They were mining quite high grade ore. So is that what FCM are looking at for here, or is it going to be a little bit different?
Obviously, the object is to find ore. What is payable dirt in 2025 is different to what was in 1905 because of advances of technology. But I think the best model that we would follow is Agnico Eagle's Hammond Reef, which is only like 10 miles that way from us. And that's 3.8 million ounces, I think. It's quite low grade. They're trying to upgrade it. But realistically, the model we're looking for is high grade zones within a wider low grade envelope.
Okay. And the core of the property, that's currently permitted. How long is that permit valid for?
Okay, yes. The core, by the core, I guess you mean that the original area that we optioned, we have accreted 2 areas of claims onto that in 2023 and again this year. So yes, the core is permitted for stripping, as you can see we did here, and for drilling, which we haven't yet done. And that's valid until this time next year, 2026. So yes, so there's ample time for us to A, make use of that ability to drill, or B, apply for a further permit before this one expires.
And what work is currently being undertaken and what is planned for the future?
Okay, well, we are currently working on the block. We have had a team of up to 4 technicians working, taking soil samples. We're doing quite a close-spaced soil sampling program across the Roy structure and continuing on for about 2 kilometres to the northeast. And interestingly, yesterday the guys came back showing some nice rocks that they'd found and a historic shaft that is on no documentation. EGS can't find it documented anywhere. So that's really exciting news that this structure, 2 kilometres away from here, we're seeing a historic shaft that no one in modern exploration, shall we say, in the last 50 years has followed up. So that work is ongoing. After that, we intend to do VLF over virtually the same soil grid, probably expand it a bit. And I'm hoping that then, what with the information that Mary Louise, the structural geologist, has gleaned, we will be in a very strong position to start thinking seriously about drilling.
Okay. Now, there has been a lot of press recently about First Nation issues in Ontario. Do you have any thoughts about Bill 5 and how would you describe the relationship that FCM has with the First Nations?
The First Nations is something that's always been very close to my heart. I've worked around the world with Indigenous people, landowners, ethnic groups, however you want to respectfully refer to them. I feel that we have engendered very good relationships with the 2 First Nations groups that we deal with on Sunbeam. As far as Bill 5 and Bill 5C are concerned, I can understand the intent of the government to try and fast track things, but I don't want to get into politics, but certainly from my perspective on the ground, shall we say, these things will only work in cooperation and collusion with the First Nations. So I think that's an integral part. Just as we working here have to have good relationships, the government too needs to foster good relationships if they're going to move things like Bill 5 along productively for everybody.
Okay. So just finally, Marc, what's the ultimate objective here? Do you believe there could be a significant discovery to be had?
Of course I believe that. That's why we're here. Whilst I don't speak for them, I believe that Bruce and Coleman of Emerald Geological Services believe that too. That's why we're out here today, looking very closely at some of these structures. This one in particular, which was 18.8 grams, I think it was, contained visible gold. And this is where we brought Mary Louise to look. And really, it's just this 2 square meters of rock is giving us so much information on the structure that we can use to target the drilling going forward. And with a successful drill program here at Roy, whenever it might be, one would hope this year, and the work we're doing to the northeast along strike, then I would hope that we could then repeat that on the Pettigrew trend and the Sunbeam trend. So yes, there's a lot to look forward to. I hope there will be significant and positive news flow going forward for our loyal investors.
Well, thanks very much, Marc Sale, for taking the time to talk to us today, the CEO of First Class Metals.
Thanks, Mark. You take care.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programmes at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.